today in the transfer market, because it is the deadline day. Some deals already have been done. Jorginho, as we speak, is an Arsenal player right now. He no longer plays for Chelsea because, yes, his medical has been completed. Also, we are still waiting for the official confirmation, although there's been updates coming from Portugal regarding Chelsea looking to get Enzo Fernandez. Beyond that deal, some deals also has been sealed. Darren Murphy, as we speak, is now OGC Nice player. Yes, he is now an OGC Nice player in the French Ligue 1. Also, there are strong links to Southampton for that man. Talking about Paul Onuachu, the Genk striker, the Super Eagles Genk striker. We hear that Southampton are looking to get his services. There are also reports indicating from the Athletic out there in the United Kingdom that Southampton and Genk have reached agreement for Paul Onuachu. That and many more we'll be talking on the show today. The huge chunk of the show, of course, will be about the transfer deadline, some of the updates coming from the deals that are yet to get over the line and the one that has gotten over the line already. And of course, it's not just about transfers, because yes, as we speak, the African Nations Championship first semi-final fixture is on. The first half has ended, and that's ended in a very, very commanding fashion after host nation Algeria scored 4. Yes, they've scored 4 against Niger in that game. It's halftime. It's 4-0 in favor of Algeria, and already they look like they have one leg in the final of this year's African Nations Championship. Still to come in that competition as well is the one between Senegal against Madagascar. That game is for 8 p.m. later tonight. Is it going to be Senegal or Madagascar that will join potentially Algeria in the final of this year's African Nations Championship? We just never know. Well, what we also hear is that man Enzo Fernandez has been left out of Benfica's team to play later tonight. So also, like I told you, there are some games that will be going on today in the FA Cup. Birmingham will be in action against Blackburn. That game is for 8:45 p.m. later tonight. And in the EFL Cup second leg of the semi-final, we'll be getting the one between Newcastle United against Southampton. That game is for 9 p.m. tonight. So that's another one to look forward to. And in the DFB Pokal, as we speak, in Germany, Paderborn are taking the lead against Stuttgart. Union Berlin are also will be in action. Union Berlin will be in action by 8:45 p.m. against Wolfsburg in the DFB Pokal out there in Germany. And there's going to be an El Clasico in the Spanish league. Yes, there's going to be an El Clasico in the Spanish league, as Barca and Real Madrid have been drawn against each other in the Copa del Rey right there. So yes, Real Madrid and Barca have been drawn against each other in the Copa del Rey. So some deals have gotten over the line, just like I mentioned. Cancelo, as we speak, is now a Bayern player for now, because it is a loan deal that is subject to a permanent move come the end of the summer. So there's so much to anticipate. By the way, we are streaming live on Facebook. You can go to Mainland 98.3 FM to watch us live on Facebook, to drop your comments there as well. We'll be taking your reactions. You can also go to YouTube to join the conversation as well. You can watch us live on YouTube. Just go to Mainland 98.3 FM on YouTube. You can watch us live. You can also drop your comments right there on YouTube. We will do well to take your contributions on the show. So there's so many feedback platforms. You can also dial 0913600410 to call into the show. You can also send in a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0913600410 to join the conversation. We'll be giving you update, yes, from the transfer market for the duration of the time that will be on the show today. We've got a commercial break by 6:10, about 5 minutes from now. I will go on that commercial break at 6:10, and when we come back, everything will be all about transfer. But before we start the conversation around the transfer deadline day, Okoyemi Akinyode joins me in the studio, and Okoye has been surprised about Algeria and the way they've dealt with Niger so far. Second half is on, by the way. It's 48 minutes of play, and it is 4-0 to Algeria, the host nation. Okay, welcome to the show.
Well, good evening, Lagos. Welcome to Sport Cruise. I think the biggest surprise for me really has been the lack turnout that we witnessed so far in this tournament. If you actually just turned on the TV and you've not been following the tournament, you actually think this is like the main African Cup of Nations. You don't even think that this tournament is for players that are playing in their respective domestic leagues. I mean, it shows how big football is in the northern part of this country. I'm not saying this to anything, but I imagine if Nigeria should host Chan or Benin Republic should host Chan, but it's okay. The game is up 4-0 already in the first half. If I was to be the manager of Nigeria Republic, I don't know what I would have told the boys in dressing room. Maybe just to cut some collateral damage. Don't concede more than 6 or 7 maybe. But then we're talking about the
Algerian against the home nation.
We're talking about the Algerian side that have not considered a single goal so far in this tournament. They have 3 wins in their first group matches, group stage. They topped their group. Excellent game, amazing result. But hey, it is what it is. I just hope, especially with this new prize money right now, I just hope that Nigeria will do enough to qualify for the next Africa home-based, African
Nations Champion.
But then now talking about the transfer, massive deals. As it is now, there are rumors that Paul Onuachu may be on the books of Southampton from now. We hope this deal pulls through. I think he's done enough with the Belgian league. He's done amazing for Genk. His record is going to be Everton. But really for me, I think I want him to go to Southampton. See, from now till 11:59 this night, you will see some mad transfer. Well, and I'm really excited about that.
Officially, the transfer market in Germany has closed.
Yes,
it closed by 5 p.m. So it has closed. So
you will see some facts.
United before it closed. United were looking to get Sabitzer from Bayern Munich, and that deal is done. So okay, Tunde Young is in the studio. Our Tunde Romano.
I don't know if Germany closes for incoming transfers, but the Sabitzer can still move to Manchester United as long as they can get the deal done before 12.
Okay, so
before 11 actually.
Before 11 p.m. So incomings are not allowed any longer in Germany, but outgoings are allowed. So United may still be able to get that deal over the line. We have to go for a commercial break. When we come back, yes, we will talk about transfers. By the way, later tonight as well, there is a game in the Coppa Italia. It is Inter against Atalanta in that one. So stay tuned. It is Sport Cruise. It is live on Mainland 98.3 FM. Sport Cruise live on Milan 98.3 FM. My name remains Triple. Tunde Young is in the studio with me. Also, Akwemi Akinyode is right here with me. We are focusing on the transfer deadline days. Yes, the transfer deadline day, the deals that are looking to be done over the line, the deals that could potentially get over the line later tonight, between now and of course 11 p.m. tonight. So there's been an update about Enzo, but before we start talking about Enzo, Okwe has something on a player moving directly from the MPFL to Inter Milan. Okwe, your mic is on.
Well, it's a big one. Remo Stars Ebenezer Akinsomo joins Inter Milan on a 4-year deal. Well, Remo Stars midfielder has completed his move to Inter Milan. That's Italian Serie A giant Inter Milan. The teenager, who is an academy product of the Nigerian Professional Football League campaigner, that's for Remo Stars, signed a 4-year deal with the 2010 UEFA Champions League winner. I think this is a big one. He featured in the 2021-2022 MPFL season with Remo Stars, and this has been confirmed by the club spokesperson. I think this is not just a deal for Remo Stars. I think this is a big win from the MPFL. If a player can move directly from the Nigerian league to Inter Milan, even if it is the under 20 of Inter Milan, the most important thing is that the scout of Inter Milan could pick him up, see the potentials he's got, and this is what we're talking about. This is a big money move. No disrespect to where other players have moved. I mean, we've seen big players also, move directly from MPFL club size to mainstream, but this one is a big one. It's a big deal.
Okay. It's a big.
I mean, we basically talk about fixing your structures, putting your house together so that you can make a lot of money from football if you do the right thing. It looks like we've been waxing lyrics about Remo Stars. It's not like that we've been paid to do that. They're just doing the right thing, and it's very easy for you to sell success. That's exactly what we're saying.
When you have that success, you document it, and you can also prove that success. You can show statistics, and you can show proof. And there's no shady conversation about this player.
It's not done like secret court.
Yes, there's no shady conversation about who really owns the player. The player is for Remo Stars, and now he's been sold to Inter Milan in the Italian Serie A. So also more details, Tunde Young, on that deal, talking about the one for Southampton looking to get Paul Onuachu. That deal looks like it's going to happen. It looks like it will be sealed before the deadline day tonight. Okay, your mic is on.
As confirmed by Belgian football journalist reliable on matters relating to the Belgian league, that's Sacha Tavoleri. He confirms that Southampton and Genk have reached an agreement. 18 million upfront fee, then 3 million in add-ons, so 21 million total fee. That's a fair offer, a massive upgrade on the initial 15 million Southampton had offered and was rejected earlier in the window. So on Paul Onuachu will finally be getting his big move. This is a player that has scored 16 goals in 19 games so far in the Belgian league. This is the top scorer in the Belgian league. Southampton as a whole, the team is joining, have scored 17 goals in the Premier League.
One person alone.
So it's coming in to bring in the goals, and how it remains to be seen how coach Nathan Jones is going to deploy him. How exactly will he fit into this Southampton squad? I assume the more logical option is to play a 4-4-2 with Shea Adams. I do not see how Paul Onuachu alone will feature. Also, especially since Southampton don't use orthodox wingers, but I think that's a headache for the coach right now. The player will just be happy to have secured that move, because he's been wanting this for quite a while and spoken openly about it, why he believes that he should have gotten a move based on what he's been able to do in Belgium. So that has finally happened. Better late than never.
Okay, better late than never. Jorginho, now an Arsenal player. That one has been confirmed. He had his medical today, and it looks like he's been given the jersey number 20 for Arsenal.
Arsenal has not confirmed that they give him the jersey, but they have been leaks. They have been pictured. He's been pictured in the Arsenal jersey. And one of my favorite things about finding out about the Jorginho transfer is Cucurella finding out about the transfer in the middle of he was shooting a video with Go, and they asked him is the smartest player he's ever played with, and he said Jorginho, and they said no, that is no longer a Chelsea player. And he was like, what? And he was so confused. It was so funny to watch. I love that so much. As a Chelsea fan, look, I'm delighted. I normally should be sad, but I'm over the moon.
Okay, over.
I don't understand. Where does this deal pull in? I read something earlier today as regards where Jorginho could fit into that Arsenal side, and I don't know. I think the positive part is that if Mikel Arteta could transform a Granit Xhaka to who he is right now, and I don't even think Jorginho is bad. J5 is probably
no, he's not bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I actually feel sorry, because I feel that his skills are more suited to an Arsenal team. I think
the current Arsenal team right now.
Two things are true. It was not, for me. It's not good. It's not good for what Chelsea are trying to do, in my opinion. But it's good for what Arsenal are trying to do. It doesn't mean he's a bad player. This is a player that, even though he didn't deserve to my favor, he was third in Ballon d'Or voting. Third.
I knew you would make reference to that Ballon d'Or.
European.
At some point in the world, he could have said he was the third best player in the world, and nobody can argue.
And he could have told you that he was the best player in Europe at some point.
He was voted the best midfielder in Europe. He actually won that award. He won the best midfielder award for the Champions League. So like, it comes with a lot of pedigree, and it was done with national team as well. Yes, what he offers us now, and it's a bit different in the profile of Caicedo. Yes, I think it's a good deal for us now. Caicedo would have been disruptive in the sense that you sign him for 80 million, you can't put him on the bench. And if you want to use him, Caicedo and Partey is a big departure from what Arsenal currently do. If you use Caicedo and use Partey at the same time, that's pretty much a double pivot. They are playing two DMs. Arsenal don't do that. Arsenal play one DM, that is Partey, holding for
one alternative midfielder,
Xhaka, the box to box, and then the 10. That's Odegaard. So that Jorginho comes in, a 12 million signing, 31-year-old is not expected to play every game. He knows that he's a deputy for Partey. So the issue now is, when you play Jorginho will not give you what Partey gives you in terms of
acceleration, in terms of those tackles,
and driving with the ball and whatnot. But in terms of ball retention, in terms of smart
dictating the pace of the game.
Does it really dictate pace of the game? I think it just allows your team to have more position and more time for your attacking minded players to get into position.
That's also the
if you go watch clips about, see, one funny thing is that now Chelsea fans are beginning to think he's not such an amazing player anyway. They won't miss him so much, they won't do the ball. I think at the end of the day, for that deal, 12 million, 31 years old, a year deal with an option of another deal. I think this is another. I hope this is going to be another Arteta masterstroke. They need him right now, because one, you saw what happened when Partey got injured in the game against Manchester City and Sambi Lokonga had to come in. I mean, the midfield literally fell apart. So imagine if they had a Jorginho on the bench and he just came into that game. He's a serial winner. He's played at the big stage. I mean, he won the European Championship. He's won the Champions League before.
He's only yet to win 2 titles.
That's the World Cup and English Premier League. So,
and it's looking like he's going to have one.
Exactly. I mean, he moved from 10th position to 1st position without kicking a ball. That's a big.
I knew you could.
Okay, guys, you can join us on YouTube. Just go to Mainland 98.3 FM. You can drop your comment there. It's actually me. I see your comment. You can also go to Facebook to join the conversation. Just go to Mainland 98.3 FM on Facebook. Like our page. Also turn on the notification bell right there. And you can also drop your comment on Facebook. We'll be taking reactions on Facebook as well. You can also reach us via our phone line. 0913 600 0410 is a number to call. You can send a text message via WhatsApp or via SMS to 0913 600 0410. I see your message on YouTube. It's actually me. I'll take it in a bit. Also on Facebook, I see okay, I see you already right there. So guys, you mentioned Sambi Lokonga. What's the update about him? We hear he could be leaving on loan.
Yeah, Crystal Palace are interested. He's a player that Arsenal signed with big hopes from Anderlecht. As a teenager, I was already captain of Anderlecht. It was the next big thing for Belgian football. But it has not quite worked out at Arsenal so far. Perhaps the transition is not quite as easy as we always expect for a teenager coming to a new country, playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. It's not always,
and a team that is going through a transition program.
Yeah, it's not always easy to expect the player to just catch fire, and it has not happened for Lokonga so far. But there's a player in there, and other clubs recognize that Crystal Palace is a place that he can go, and there's a lot less pressure, and you can go with a chip on his shoulder with something to prove, and give Arteta some decisions to make in the summer. So I think it will be a good deal for him if you can pull through. Crystal Palace also need bodies in midfield. That's a position they are quite light in. So I think that could work if
and I've almost seen some moment of brilliance from Sambi Lokonga this season. It's just the pressure that comes with Arsenal. This was the Arsenal of 16th, 15th, 14th position on the log. They probably wouldn't be expecting him to give bigger performance.
The Arsenal of 14th, 15th, 16th is not common in the Premier League. So
no, I'm just saying. This Arsenal that is topping the table, and it's very difficult because you don't change a winning team. So you have to wait for your opportunity, and when you get utilize it.
Smith Rowe,
he's not even sure of getting into the side.
And at some point, he was a darling.
Talking about another player that is leaving Arsenal, Marquinhos, he had gone to join Norwich City and for a loan deal with the option of buy, and that's a good one. Another player that was brought in from the Brazilian league, he didn't get he got his opportunity, especially in the Europa League. I didn't utilize that. Funny enough, on his debut for Arsenal in the Europa League, he got the first goal for Arsenal's first Europa League match this season. But since then, he's had a lot of inconsistency in his run, and you just don't look at where he fits into the attacking lineup of Arsenal. It's very difficult, exactly. So he's gone to Norwich City now in the championship. Maybe it's going to help them gain promotion, and if it does enough, they could just sign him permanently.
Okay, this one concerns Manchester United because yes, Marcel Sabitzer is now on his way to Manchester in order to complete his move from Bayern Munich to Manchester United. A fantastic midfielder, and this deal is actually in the wake of the injury to Christian Eriksen. So what kind of player are United getting in Marcel Sabitzer?
They have a versatile player. He started his career as a winger. Now he played 10 for a while as well, but now plays majorly as a central midfielder. It's not quite worked out at Bayern yet, leaving Leipzig to join Bayern. That was the big move, and everybody was quite happy for him because he's a player that has paid his dues, a player that certainly blessed a lot of ability. That's the Austrian international, but it's not quite worked out. So at United, he's going to be coming in playing. I do not expect this to be anything more than a loan to the end of the season. United just need bodies. I don't even expect him to be a starter. Eriksen was a starter,
but it's most likely going to be a starter in that side, except Maya to.
I think the fair thing to do would be to give Fred the chance to
prove himself with it. That.
So if Fred still seems to be on the line, then Sabitzer gets the chance, and whoever can just take his.
And I think this could even be a big push for Fred. Now there's competition, and if you flop your lines at this point, someone else is really ready on the standby just to foot in that.
And Fred has the advantage because he plays with Casemiro national team level. They actually have a good partnership. Fred is a satisfied starter for Brazil, or was before the World Cup. So he's quite familiar with Casemiro's movements and all of that, and he's also been at the club for longer, and the fact that he even scored in his last game. So you don't judge the midfielder on goals, but
it's an advantage if he chips in one or two.
Sabitzer has a lot more technique, a lot more technical. Yes, it's more similar to Eriksen's style. Fred is the energy guy. He's the energetic central midfielder. He will cover ground, he will win balls. He's also quite technical, but not on the level of Eriksen. Sabitzer is not on the level of Eriksen.
He's a lot good of Fred.
He's up there. He's a self taker and all that.
Okay, for Barca, we hear that deal to sign Sofian Amrabat has broken down because the Fiorentina doesn't want a buy option included in the loan deal, and Barca wanted to include a buy option in that loan deal. And there are also links of Pavard to Barcelona. What's the update concerning that one?
Pavard will not happen this summer. It will not happen this winter. Probably will be revisited in the summer. The other player they were looking at, Juan Foyt, unfortunately got injured yesterday. The game with Villarreal versus Real.
So that's off.
So what they need is a quick fix. They don't need someone that
they don't need an injury.
Just got injured yesterday. So with the Amrabat deal, of course it broke down. Fiorentina never wanted to sell, and the fact that the player was forcing them to sell, the player was trying to force their hand.
He went on to write on his status that the future is promised to no one, because he wanted to force him.
Yeah, but everybody who don't want to leave Fiorentina for Barcelona. Barcelona wants you typically you except you already play for Real Madrid,
And you don't see anything big in Barcelona deal.
I don't see any way Barcelona will want you and you will not at least be interested. So of course, but Fiorentina did not want to sell. Alaba is one of their best players. There are two best players, Nico Gonzalez and Sofiane Abara. They've been very clear about them that we are not selling. So I already knew there was no way they would make a U-turn on the last day of the transfer window when they cannot replace. Exactly. The fact that Barcelona are not even offering money. Barcelona want to sign him on loan to cover their own midfield lapses, and then with an option to buy, which they are never going to activate, just return him to Fiorentina. So why would Fiorentina do Barcelona a favor and hurt themselves in the process? So we are just going to loan you our best player, get a loan fee, and then come back. What Fiorentina wanted was, okay, even if he's going to go, pay. Or if it's going to be loan, let it be obligation to buy and not option to buy. Option to buy leaves it to, oh, we've seen him play, we don't like him, you can go.
But you used him.
Obligation to buy means that
you must buy. So that's sort of the nuance that led to the fall apart of that. So you will be fine. You will get suitors in the summer. It's a fantastic player.
Okay, one deal that broke down just a couple of hours before we started the show was the one between Isco and Union Berlin, and also another one we hear has broken down is Gallagher leaving Chelsea, and we also hear that Bakayoko's deal to Cremonese broke down, and now Lyon are looking to get Bakayoko. Tunde Young, update on this. I mean, for Bakayoko, supposedly still don't remember that he's a Chelsea player. He's on loan at this.
That's how much players you guys are.
And one thing Chelsea are looking to do is they want to let Bakayoko go. He's on a huge £120,000 per week deal at Chelsea, so they want him to leave the wage bill so it can also help them in the
space.
Yes, the financial fair play. Any player they can get off the book right now to just accommodate to accommodate anything that would take them into trouble with the financial fair play rule. That's what they are looking at getting done. So which one do you want to chop in? Isco, let me start real quick before I go to today regarding Bakayoko. Isco, nowadays you don't know what to expect, and Union Berlin, he had a medical, by the way. He passed his medical at Union Berlin, but after he passed his medical, the transfer fee and what he was asking for, they could not agree on that. Okay.
Well, Union Berlin came out to say that they have their limits and they are not ready to go over their limits, and it's very, very clear. Well, unfortunately for Isco, he's a player that he's had his moment of brilliance. He was at Real Madrid for a couple of years. I mean, you feel like he's got enough quality in his side. He moved over to, I think, Sevilla, if I'm not mistaken, still in the Spanish La Liga. But he certainly wants to get an upgrade, and they made it clear now that, hey, we are not going to be signing you because we cannot go over our limits, and it's very, very clear. I don't know, they said that, in short, like you said, he's gone his medicals. There had even been some tweets from some agents, and they've said, Isco, maybe not here we go, certainly, but then there's been agreement now in place, medical tests scheduled for deadline, the huge one for Union Berlin. Isco had accepted after receiving many approaches from different clubs, and these have been a lot of calls. Well, he's 30 years old now, and he has spent less than 6 months at Sevilla before attempting to join Union Berlin. Unfortunately, he's going to remain a Sevilla player at least for the next couple of months. Hopefully, he's going to get more games and get more game time and get more consistency, retain his fitness, and maybe get a bigger deal. Or maybe by the end of this season, Union Berlin, they still have him in their plans. They will have been able to create enough space. The basic thing is not about his fitness, it's not about his technicality, it's not about that. It's about money. They said this is how much you can offer, and Isco is insisting that my wages cannot go 30% lower than what I'm earning and Sevilla at the moment. That's just where the breakdown came from.
So Isco cannot pick between regular playing time and also money. He wants both, and
he wants to eat his cake and have it. Unfortunately, there's no cake and there's no having.
Okay. Well, the reason why AC Milan are not looking to get Bakayoko on a permanent deal is because we hear that AC Milan have stopped playing Bakayoko because another appearance for Bakayoko for AC Milan would force them to pay £12 million for him on a permanent move. So they do not want to pay.
Some contracts are really crazy.
So because this.
Remember Antoine Griezmann's deal also with Atletico Madrid.
So that is the reason why Cremonese thought they could take up that deal, but his wages was far too higher than what Cremonese could afford on their books, and now we hear Lyon are in the race for Bakayoko. Talks are currently ongoing at advanced stage, and that deal could get over the line tonight.
I personally don't see it happening. Except most likely scenario here will be that Bakayoko and Chelsea reaches an agreement to terminate his contract, and he can move to wherever he wants to as a free agent and negotiate on fresh deals. Right now he has an existing contract, and whoever wants to sign him, even on loan,
must include that contract.
Would have to work based on the current wages. Even if Chelsea will pay a part of it, they have to still work on that. And this is the contract that he signed as what was perceived to be a top player in 2017. So you expect that he was earning top player wages, basic of 140k a week as well as a year. It's not quite worked out. 5-year deal signed at the time, including a player option, which is why he's still a Chelsea player now. But either way, it will be over soon, whether this winter or at the end of the season. But for the players' growth, like you said, the 2-year loan to AC Milan, he actually played well for them last season, and there was a bit of optimism. But AC Milan, I don't think is worth that amount. They just wanted an opportunity. They didn't foresee a situation where he would actually be a key player, and so they didn't think they would max out the appearance quota that Chelsea had put on the loan contract, that if you play a certain amount of games you would have to make the deal permanent and pay 14 million, but they didn't want to do that, so and that's why they've stopped playing him, and for the growth of the player it's become imperative. He's still only 28 years old. Most people don't realize that because it's such a massive flop, but I don't know. Today is a massive flop.
Today
is a flop. Is a flop.
No, you can't say that. There are massive flops.
Okay.
You see, just give it.
At the time they said it's 40 million doesn't seem like a lot of money
at all.
But in 2017, that was the second highest transfer fee Chelsea had ever played for a player, behind only Fernando Torres. So Bakayoko at the time he signed was a record-breaking signing for Chelsea. So
because Torres was within the Premier League. Bakayoko was not within the Premier League.
No, even Torres was the highest in the club's history at the time. Torres was the highest, 50 million. Bakayoko was the second highest, 40 million.
Okay. Well, he's on his way out of Chelsea, and if an agreement cannot be reached, he might have to terminate his contract, because AC Milan have resorted to not playing him any longer, because one more appearance for AC Milan would force them to pay 12 million pounds for a permanent move for Bakayoko in that one. So yes, you can watch us live on Facebook. You can drop your comment on Facebook as well. Just go to Milan 98.3 FM, like our page. You can also turn on the notification bell so that you get notified every time we go live on Facebook as well. You can also share so that some of your other friends can also get to be updated. Make no be saying now only you go to enjoy this wonderful the best sports show on radio in Nigeria. Even you want to extend it further. So yes, I mean, if you are enjoying something, at least try to share. Don't be selfish. Okay, we are talking about the transfer deadline day. Yes, some deals are yet to get over the line. I know you are really itchy to hear the update about Enzo Fernandez.
Last we heard is that Benfica has given permission to Enzo, not that they've agreed to go ahead with the medical. So the medical that Chelsea was setting up in Portugal, Benfica have given him the green light to go ahead with medical. At the end of the day, you can do medical and the medical will still be useless. Maybe to just be to help you know that you are fit. maybe to not end up with the Chelsea side if they cannot reach an agreement. Still, an agreement has not been reached, but it's good signs. Optimism is growing in Portugal, according to reports by David Austin of the Athletic, that indeed Chelsea could be on the verge of.
So Chelsea are prepared to give Enzo Fernandez his medical in Portugal.
Yep.
Just because of time, because there's also that big worry of getting the paper done before the transfer window slams shut.
I just hope there won't be another twist to all of this conversation, because I mean, this time yesterday we were waxing lyrics, we were really excited. Tunde was dancing like like he wants to dance his sorrow and pain away. Like, we're all excited, thinking the deal was just about minutes, final announcement. In fact, Sky Sport News already had it on their website. They broke it to the point that some of us that Twitter had to go delete. They had to go delete
that Chelsea had agreed to pay the.
I don't think this was about Chelsea. Now, this is it. Maybe people need to know. It's not the only thing affecting this deal is not that Chelsea didn't want to pay. Chelsea want to pay, but now Chelsea have actually bought a lot of players, and if they pay outrightly for Enzo, they are going to break the FFP rule. So what Chelsea is proposing is that we'll pay you 50 million pounds at first, then we'll break the other payment in 5 installments, making 6 installments in total. In fact, Chelsea is even ready to pay additional 10 million euros instead of 120 million euros, making 130 million euros just to compensate for the breaking. So I think this is, and well, maybe let me just swallow this. I think yesterday when Tunde Young was talking about Benfica being selfish, I think this is the point where I could tilt to that line of thought a little. Now you understand the position Chelsea is. This is about sportsmanship. The player wants to leave. They've actually activated the buyout clause. The only thing that, I mean, we saw the same thing played out when PSG wanted to sign Kylian Mbappe from Monaco. They already signed Neymar that particular season, so they've already gotten to their limit on the financial fair play. So what they told Monaco was that give us this player for 180 million euros with an obligation that we must buy him, even if Kylian Mbappe broke his leg on loan at PSG that following season. They must, and at the start of the transfer season, the following season, they paid the outright money to Monaco, and there were no issues about it. So the only thing that I think this is just Benfica wanting to say, we will hold you by the neck, we will not sell, because one, it's very clear that Enzo wants to leave. In fact, he's been left out of the Benfica squad that was supposed to play tonight. He wants to leave.
They've given him the permission.
Chelsea say we have the money. You know we have the money. The only thing is that we cannot pay all of this money at once. So I don't know what Chelsea did to Costa when he was an active footballer. I don't know why he's just on Chelsea's neck right now. But this is what you get when you show desperation. It's simple.
Okay, this is what you get when you show desperation. Let's start taking reactions right about now. 0913 600 0410 is the number to call to join the conversation. You can send in a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0913 600 0410. Yes, we can take your we will take your reactions both via SMS and via WhatsApp, and you can also call that number. You can go to our Facebook page. We are streaming live. You can watch us live. You can drop your comment right there, like and subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell right there on Facebook so that I can get notified every time we'll start our live streaming right here on Mainland 90.3 FM. We're also streaming on YouTube, and you can also go there as well to drop your comment on YouTube. It's actually me on YouTube. Says good evening, Tripple Okwe. I have a question. What on earth did Pep why on earth did Pep allow Cancelo go out on loan without having a proper backup? Shey Baba, okay.
I know you read that part. I didn't know it, but I know it's not something you can read out.
But it's simple. A quick answer to that one. Cancelo also spoke today at his unveiling at Bayern. And he mentioned the fact that he did not have any bust up with the Pep. He still respects Pep. Yeah, and Pep have a good relationship. It's just about him wanting to play more, and he has not been getting enough playing time. So that is the reason why he wanted to move. And Bayern, at top side, is happy to play for Bayern Munich. So yes, he wants more playing time. Pep has not been playing him so well this season, and that is the reason why he has decided to leave. And Bayern have captured him on loan with an option to buy, with an obligation to buy next season for,
I think, over 60 million euros.
Yes, close to 70 million right there. So it's a good money for Bayern. It's a good deal for Manchester City.
I think it just shows how big Manchester City is as a squad. I mean, there's hardly no player that can hold Man City to ransom. If you want to leave, you live in peace, and if you don't live in peace, you can live in however way you want to live. So I mean, this is Pep Guardiola, and it doesn't even look ruffled about it. It doesn't look like he wants a replacement for Cancelo. Well, it's an integral part of that side, especially in the last 2 seasons when they've won the English Premier League. He's brought in a lot of quality into that side. But what it means is that soldier goes, soldier comes. Man City remains exactly what it is. There's no panic. There's no need to rush back into the match. I mean, you look at that Man City side and you see goals around all of the players, maybe even the goalkeeper. So I don't think there's going to be any problem with that Man City side, really.
Okay, Man City, moving on from Cancelo in that one. Let's go to Facebook now and read your comments. This one says, I will need to go offline for a moment till this deal is done. The tension is getting high.
The tension is getting worse.
Yeah. St. Michael, I see you. Shout out to you. By the way, still taking more reactions on the show. Yes, on Facebook. This one says City to win the Premier League. Chidebere Obima, and what will concern you with that one? No, okay. Still keep your comments coming in on Facebook. Right there, we are streaming on Facebook. Just go to Mainland 98.3 FM. So let's check WhatsApp. The phone line has been buzzing. We'll take your calls just in a bit on WhatsApp. Jacob Koo says, "Hi guys, Jorginho with his back pass will drag Arsenal to second position. I am glad Mr. Aero Master has left my darling Chelsea." Thank you very much for your contribution, Jacob Koo. Let's take the next message on WhatsApp here. This one says, "Good evening, Triple O, Tunde, Young and Okwe. Jorginho leaving Chelsea is the best news for me today amidst the old new note wahala. The second news I want to hear is Hazard has signed a lifetime contract with 3SC. The best player after Hazard, according to Okwe, must leave." Daniel from Maryland, thank you very much for your contribution. This one says, "Good evening, Triple O. I'm extremely happy we got Marcel Sabitzer. Is yet to be announced, but we hear that he is on his way to Manchester to have his medical and complete his deal to Manchester United." He went on to say, by the way, talking about Agunbiade, really won on WhatsApp. "I watched his game at RB Leipzig. I didn't watch him in Bayern Munich. We got Padison. We got a Padison-like player. Even if Eriksen is fit, he is a player that can compete with him, and we just get a counter-pressing demon. I just hope he gel with our team." So thank you very much for your comments, Agumbiade. This one asks, "Any update on Pavard or Bayern to Barca Azuka from Magboro?" Well, we've given you that update. That deal looks likely to happen later in the summer, not in January. Hello, good evening. Okay, do want to call us back. 0913 600 0410 is the number to call to join the conversation. You can also send in a text message via WhatsApp or via SMS to 0913 600 0410. Enzo to Chelsea is yet to be done. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, people. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Jami from Ajekule.
Welcome, Jami. Let's have your take quickly.
The most happiest man today. Jorginho leave Chelsea. I'm so happy.
You are not happy Jorginho left Chelsea?
The next player to leave Chelsea is Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech and Pulisic. It's not a flush of them.
Okay, let's wait and see how that one pans out. He clearly doesn't want Kai Havertz at Chelsea. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Tripple.
Good evening, my brother. Your name and location?
This is Tunde speaking.
Timileyin, welcome. Let's have your take. Is this your first time calling us, Timileyin?
No.
Okay. Where are you calling from, by the way?
Agbado Jaye.
Okay, you are calling from Agbado Jaye. Let's have your take, Timileyin.
Jorginho leaving Chelsea is a good one for us now. It's a good one. It's going to help them to control their midfield, including the attack and the defense. But if Jorginho do back pass, me they no complain. And the rest who are going to reach Chelsea by the grace of God. Now one by one they go.
One by one. One by one. Thank you very much for your take, Timileyin. Let's take the next call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, welcome on the show. Your name and location?
Greatness, calling you guys from Abara. First time caller.
Oh,
First time caller.
Welcome,
Good
Greatness.
to have you join us on the show.
Yeah. Sometimes some players are very greedy. Jack Cancelo played every match last season. Guardiola used him, played him. Guardiola sold the Chelsea because of him. We almost sold what's his name? This guy, Netanyahu, just to create space, and just because Chelsea did not agree the bid. Then this season, we have been playing rubbish. Let's be realistic. Against Chelsea, he was playing rubbish. Against Southampton, he was playing rubbish. Against Man U, he could not even track someone that gave that first goal that brought all these issues. Then this could just go through for 2 matches. This actor have been sitting on the bench for you for the whole season. The Chelsea have been sitting on the bench for you. Then because of 2 matches, you want to leave. Sometimes the players are very good. I'm just angry about the way that guy left.
Are you a Man City fan?
When we City, we move. We don't look back.
Are you a Man City fan?
Greatness.
Okay.
The only one City fan in all Nigeria.
I know another Manchester City fan. We will just leave it like that. We will not drag up.
I mean, Man City, I've been listening to you guys just few months ago, but me, Man City fan since 2005. 5.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
That game in Katsina State years ago, I was supporting man, not even here in Lagos. That game in Katsina State, I still supporting man in 2005, not even now.
Interesting. Well, City, may they give you something to rejoice about later this season, not at the expense of. Okay, let me just leave that one. 0913600410 is the number to call. Someone is asking via SMS, please, how old is that guy Manchester United just signed? United have not signed him, but it looks, via all indications, it looks like that deal is going to be done, because the fee has been agreed. The player is on his way to Manchester to have his medical. But Sabitzer, by the way, is 28 years of age. Yes, he's 28 years of age. That's the age of the player. United are looking to complete his deal before the deadline. On YouTube, Tyre Sleep says, good evening, amazing guys of Mainland FM. We greet you as well. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page on Mainland 98.3 FM. That's on YouTube right there. So let's stick to taking reactions from the phone line. Please turn down the volume of your radio sets. Okay, yes, please. When you move to a more quiet place, so we'll be able to take your call. Hello, good evening. Okay, yes, you have to go. Let's take the next call. Please call us from a more quiet place so that we can get to hear your contribution. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call to join the conversation. You can send in a text message via WhatsApp or via SMS to 0913-600-0410. I see some messages coming in on WhatsApp. This one says, this is Uche. I think Enzo will flop. Big money players always flop at Chelsea. Okay, Uche. I go shock you, say Enzo no go look Uche face. This one says, good evening, Tripple, Okoyemi and Tunde Young. So Tunde and Tripple can be gentle like this. Yesterday night they are dancing over Enzo Fernandez. Nice one for MPFL, the MPFL player that moved from the Nigerian league to the Italian Serie A. What is going on with Real Madrid? Mike from Ikeja.
Absolutely nothing but cricket.
Okay, cricket and golf. Okay. Okay, don't whistle into my mic.
As you can see, now all of players will talk about his Chelsea and because his club is not attempting to sign anybody. We don't need players. Even though they genuinely do need players. They don't have a backup for Karim Benzema. I expected that they will be trying to sign a striker this winter transfer. That has not happened yet. It's for a club that also lost some midfielders. You would expect that they will reinforce in that position. They are seen in a lot of areas. They don't have fullbacks. Benjamin, what's his name? Not Benjamin Mendy. Fayland Mendy is not having a great
Benjamin Mendy.
Fayland Mendy.
Okay. Okay.
It's not having a great season. So like there are areas to strengthen, and it's a strange decision that Real Madrid of all people have not even attempted. Like they've not been linked with anybody. They've not. It's like they've not been existed in this transfer
market yet.
Well, maybe what they are waiting for is the reason why Costa is playing that ball.
Let us remember that they signed Hendrick, but they are not getting him until 2 years time. Exactly. But they signed Hendrick from Palmeiras. That happened this window.
Okay, there is a message on a comment on Facebook from Mary Sonia. Great one. Guys, I follow you guys religiously, both online and offline. I love Tunde Young. Okay, Abiodun Abdul Kabil Akoni on Facebook also. Right, well done, guys. Good job you guys are doing. Thank you very much. Mayowa Gabriel says, what about Barcelona transfer news? We just talked about Sofiane Amrabat deals breaking down, and also Barca looking at getting Pavard, not in January, but of course in the summer. So there you have it. This one also says, okay, I just answered you, Mayowa Gabriel. Ariyo May says, respect, listen to your live. Okay, listening to you live from Kano State. I guess you meant to write. Thank you very much, all the way from Kano State. Shout out to you, Ariyo May. Abiodun says, Jorginho asking Porter if he can continue taking Chelsea penalties after joining us.
Well, it's game over. The game between Algeria and Nigeria Republic has ended 4-0. 5-0 rather. Whatever the boys from Niger did to keep the scoreline this moderate and sensible, they must get the, I mean, for a team that considered 3 goals as early as 19 minutes of the game, a team that considered 4 goals at the 42nd minute of the match, you would think it would be a whitewash. Well, it's 5-0.
5-0 is a whitewash.
But I wasn't expecting anything less. If you look at the quality, the gulf of class between both. By the way, this is the Algerian team that knocked out the Ghanaian team that prevented Nigeria from qualifying.
I knew you were going to bring that.
I just had to bring.
Let's just.
This particular Algerian team actually drew our real life Super Eagles into a friendly game.
A friendly match. We had our first 11. These are the team that played our first 11.
We played 2 friendlies against them. One was unofficial, the other was official. So this was the first game we played. This was the team we played, and we could not beat them with not our chanting. Our chanting is not
our senior team.
Our chanting is not qualified for this tournament. Our real team, like if you want to play World Cup finals with, those are the people we have used. They could not beat them.
Okay, let's move on. They are through to the final. They await the winner between Senegal later tonight against Senegal and Madagascar. So Madagascar also, they've done well to get to this stage. So they are the highest before now. They seem like the highest scoring side the competition. They've scored reckless abandon of goals. They've only considered twice on their way to get to the semi-final.
But it looks like Algeria actually peeped them on that one.
No, that's Niger. I'm talking about Madagascar now.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm talking about Madagascar too. 5 goals Algeria have scored in this game alone. If you add it to the fact that they've not considered any,
and they've scored one goals.
One goal also
in all of their games, all the way to get.
But I think it's a big spectacle that we've seen. Triple. We need to give a lot of credit to the Algerians for putting up such a master class showpiece.
They are the host, so when the hosts do well, it's a wonderful one. And of course, this one sets the tone very high for the final. The stadium should expectedly be jam-packed. St. Michael on Facebook, I see your comment. It says losing Jorginho, Kante off it, missing out on Enzo, Zakaria is injured. Aubameyang might play at the central midfield against Fulham. Baba, calm down. He never reached
that level.
Okay, this one says good news for our local league. Remo Star Ebenezer Akin Somiro has joined Inter Milan. Agunbi really one. Thank you very much. We also mentioned that on the show. This one says on WhatsApp, good evening, Triple O, the guys in the studio who say Pep no they find a placement. I beg make in leave Chiwa for us. So okay, that's not strong enough. Yeah, you can have Kukurela, by the way. Good evening. I'm a reasoning. Okay, I thought. Good evening. I'm reasonable by name from Ojota.
Wait, what did you want to say before? I'm a reasonable reasoner. I'm a reasoner.
It struck me, so I had to take a second. Okay, good evening. I'm reasonable. I'm reasonable by name from Ojota. I'm so happy to hear Manchester United name always. Okay, if the name gives you joy, we can mention it on every show. As long as there's something to talk about them. Hello, final caller. Good evening. Yes, your name and location.
Hello,
okay, welcome. Let's have your take.
I like the just now. I like as they put
Okay.
Against Real Madrid.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. I'm glad that you have something to like that makes you happy. Thank you very much, by the way. We have to go on the show. That's the last call of the day. Okay, just one more. Good evening, everyone. I am Akurede from Ayobo. Hearing Jorginho deal, I'm so delighted. The next will be Harvard and Porter in Jesus' name. I don't know if I should say amen to that. It's your prayer. You should say amen.
No, not with Porter.
Okay. Okay, we have to go. Okay. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and early. By the time we return tomorrow morning, whether Enzo,
you know where you are.
Whether Enzo or Zo, I mean Enzo.
Everything is Zo.
Whether it's Zuze or Zazo.
Whether that will happen, but at least we can now tell you before we leave that reports are confirming. Multiple reports are confirming that the medical has indeed begun to take place.
If that don't do medical, they never agreed deal. Well, it's looking like a green light, and we have to go. We'll be back, like I said, bright and early tomorrow. Sport update by 6:30 a.m. and of course, Sport Cruise will return tomorrow by 6 p.m. We've not given you Pontas Corner because yesterday and today are key days in transfer market. So Pontas Corner will return most likely tomorrow. So stay tuned to Mainland 90.3 FM. Shout out to all those who have joined the conversation today on the show from Facebook to YouTube. For wherever you have tuned in today, and for those we couldn't take their calls, don't worry. Maybe when one thing might happen. So stay tuned to Mainland 90.3 FM. I leave you in the hands of Nice with Economy. I mean, that is the kind of song that I just want to. Yeah, I'll be happy regardless of the Nigerian economy.